You know what it is, people. It's the one, it's the only, the American Control podcast, the most diverse Cali Mac podcast in the nation. Nothing too small, nothing too big for us to talk on. Let's get this thing going. Hope everybody's out there doing good. Also, really, I got a hard copy going to you, homeboy. What's up, Derek? ¿Cómo estamos? PB, yo, primero. Ulysses, hey, I'm glad you caught it too, my man. Let's get some more people in here. We'll get this thing going. Meanwhile, we'll just bump a little beat. What's good, Holmes Kill It, Buddha Slim? What's going on, Playboy? Tuck and roll. Hey, tuck and roll. Just to let you know that I will be going on. We don't smoke the same podcast here in the next few weeks. So I'll let you guys know ahead of time. We're gonna be doing some wake and bake over there. Chill with the homies out there and see what the deal is. All right, we got a couple good ones for you today, man. Let's see where we're at here. Hey, Sanchez. Saludos, Gil y the wifey. What's going on? Hope Mr. Hyman's doing good. Gil, when you're having Roger over for an interview, I don't know. Roger might come over here with a diaper, homeboy. He scares me. Cause now Roger's kind of like the stock market, right? He's very volatile, homeboy. Roger goes up and down. Cause now I don't know what Roger I'll get over here. Much love from where we get that at? Avondale, Arizona. Man, I stayed in Arizona for a little bit. I actually stayed in Arizona more in the county jail than I did out in Arizona, and it was hot. I got family members out there. It was actually a beautiful city. LA Dodgers view. God bless American Cholo. Cubole. West Coast in the building. Saludos to everyone in the chat. Make sure West Coast said what's up to everybody. Let's get a few more people in here, and we'll get this thing started, man. Yes, we good. Gracias, likewise. That's right. Hopefully you guys will come out to that May 21st win, Patty and Jaime. That'll be very cool to see you guys out there. The same place we had that the turkey drive, same place. All right, so let's get this thing going, man. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully hope you're all good in the hood. Actually like that little beat right there. What's the topic? So, as you can read by the thumbnail, we're going to talk a little bit towards the end. Not towards the end, after the beginning here. Well, actually, you know what? No. Before I get started, let me give a couple shout outs, man. Let me give a couple shout outs to everybody that I ran into at the Long Beach, Strong Beach, West Coast, at the Long Beach Super Show, the Lowrider Super Show. I got a lot of love out there, man. I got a lot of, most faces were love and said what's up. But I definitely want to give somebody made me aware of this today. I want to give a special shout out to this gentleman right here. Edwin Banuelas. I guess he posted this on his Instagram. On his Facebook, and somebody sent it to me. I don't know the gentleman, so I'm going to give him a shout out. Edwin Banuelas went to the Long Beach Super Show, only got 3 pictures, seen American Cholo, but didn't want to bug, though. Laugh out loud. You're not bugging me, brother. You should have came up. I would have said what's up. I had a lot of people come through and show that love. I hadn't even walked in the door, and somebody just walked by me and said, Gil? I said, yeah, what's good, homeboy? And, we chopped it up, and everybody that said hi to me, I definitely took my time out to say just thank you for supporting, to ask them if they're learning. I ran into some young guys, and they were like, hey, Gil, these guys are in their 20s. Hey, man, me and my homies watch you. And, just showing that love. And, my question to him, but are you learning anything? He's like, yeah, homie, for sure, man. Gracias. Thank you. So it just means that the message is getting out there. It means that people are actually listening. It's a beautiful thing that I can use this platform to actually, help educate us on different topics and kind of just show us that there's a different world out there. Just we're so used to just thinking the world's so small, but it's much bigger than that. And I just want to give a shout out to all the guys out there that show that love at the Lowrider Show. Long Beach Carlos also gave me a big shout out on the speaker. He was out there emceeing, which was pretty dope. So before we get started, I want to do that one, man. What's up, Michael Heda? Damn, everybody went to the Super Show except you. Hit that like, people. So before we get into all our crazy topics, because we talk about all kind of stuff over here. You know, this is the first flyer that I've got for the event on May 21st. Right? Let me show it to you guys. If you look at the bottom right, there's a English flag, because in reality, when I first saw this picture, there was a many flags from all over the world, actually, right? So I looked at it and I really liked it, because I was like, wow, dude, that shows a lot of Latino flags. A lot of what we're talking about as far as the movement and going out here to hold on, let me take this down real quick so you can see it. As far as the movement and going out here to the event on May 21st in North Hollywood, right? So I put that up there. You can see you got the Mexican flag, you got Hondureño flag, you got Salvador, you got all kind of Brazil flag, you got all kind, right? But this is what we're up against, man. Let me show you what we're up against, dude. We're up against people of our own color, our own ethnicity, but whether it be Mexican, Central American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuba, it doesn't matter, man. We need to go in here as brown men. But what do we get? This is the problem with us, right? This is the problem with us Cali Max, right? Not all of us, but too many of us, man. You get these vatos right here. Mr. Aslan, Chicano power. Your image intentionally minimizes Mexicans. California is majority Mexican. California, one is Mexican land. It is us who have sacrificed the most. Don't ever forget that. Mexicans in occupying other Latin Americans' country and land. So this fucking janky ass fool is, instead of looking at it for what it is, for a place for us to come together, share ideas, celebrate our differences, but also celebrate how much we have in common. Instead of actually looking at that big picture, he gets bogged down on the Mexican flag should be the bigger flag, because he did another comment after that. Yeah, Gilbert, you fool, I didn't fucking do anything and say, oh, I'm going to put this flag. No, if you want so bad, why don't you donate a flyer and make a nice, beautiful flyer and say, hey, Gil, how about this flyer? Right? Why don't you take some time out of your day, people like you, and do actually something that's positive for the community? It's people like that who have been dividing us for all these years. To sit there and say, oh, man, it's supposed to be. No, this is not going as, oh, this is a Mexican event, because when you go in there as a Mexican event, then you're excluding everybody else. This ain't a Central American event. This ain't a Puerto Rican event. This ain't a Dominican event. This is a Cali Mac event. Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicanos. Straight up. Nobody is bigger than nobody. Nobody is better than nobody. You guys like you need to get that through your thick skull, homie, with that probably little pea brain you got in there. Nobody is better than anybody. And that's the whole problem. That's why gangs formed. Why? Because you got jackets like that. Wow, we're better over here. I mean, we're from this street. Oh, well, we're from this street. Oh, we're from this avenue. Oh, we're from this city. And that's the reason we've been killing and knocking each other's heads off for the last 50 to 100 years out here in California and everywhere else, because people can't get off that little small-minded shit that, oh, I'm better than you. You're not better than anybody else, carnal. Nobody's better than anybody else. We're all going in this thing the same. Equal. We're looking for equality, yet you want to sit there and think you're better than everybody else. Y a lo mejor eres uno de esos güeyes que ni sabe hablar español, que un mexicano lo mira y dice, ese güey no es mexicano, ese güey es más pocho que la chingada. So you're more Chicano than anything else, because that's usually the type of people that say shit like that, brother. Yeah, it should be the African flag. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I had a guy tell me, hey, where's the love for the Cubans? Listen, man, you can't satisfy everybody. That's a damn shame. But either we're gonna stay bogged down fighting over the stupidest things, and that's what that is. That is fighting over the dumbest and smallest things in the world. Man, our flag should be bigger. Or this. Listen, sit back and imagine you're watching a movie and there's like imagine Ukraine right now. Imagine Ukrainian guys talking about, oh, but we're from this part of town, we should be represented. Well, you're at war. And we need to look at this like we're at war, but not in a physical war, but more of a media war, more of a financial type of war, more of an influence war. But instead of actually looking at what the battles are, we're too busy fighting stupid shit like that. That is the smallest, most immature thing in the world. And we've been doing that for years and years. And that's why we don't progress and move ahead as a collective, because people like that are still stuck in, oh, well, I'm Mexican. So you're, nah, then go somewhere. Go do that go do that flag and go wave and see what big movement you get started, you jackass. All right, so let's get started with this. So, Gil, this is the Groove Shack. Hey, what's up, Groove Shack? That's going to be the MC of the event, May 21st. He has already confirmed. You're confirmed. We're not going to work on that. Great voice, has a podcast. You can check him out. He's the man, homeboy. Thanks for tapping in. Burnout TV, what's going on, carnal? We need everyone to support the channel. Oh, American Negro, what's going on, my man? How you doing, man? Attention, we need everyone. That is my brother from another mother. We need everyone to support this channel. Please hit that like button, share the stream. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hey, spoken like a real gentleman. Yeah, for sure, Moises. So let's get into some of the stuff that we want to talk about today, man. I got that jackass off the head, and I'm sure he's going to comment. I don't really care, man. Like I said, I'm not hiding from nobody. I'm a seeing, but I also don't got time to sit there and be fighting these small, frivolous-ass fights, man. These people are... It's comical, man. If it wasn't so like real though, but it's comical. Will Roger be speaking at the event? Yeah, Roger's actually the headliner. I mean, Roger will be the headliner, so make sure you guys tap in. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I got some decent ones. Let's see where are we at here. Share video file. So, people say that where are we at? Live broadcasting. There we go. I hear a lot, and I speak about it. What's up, Huntington Park? I speak about it when people say, the last caller when we did the interview with S.A. Daz, he's a Mexican guy, or I'm assuming, but he lives out in Baja California. He moved down there, and it's funny how he moved to Baja California, but he says that this platform will grow much bigger if I didn't make it about race. And why do I make it about race? And that I shouldn't be saying it's about for the brown men. It's just for all men in general and all humanity. But that's not how this country was formed. This country was not formed under we're all equal, plain and simple. It hasn't been like that for many, many years. Maybe in the last 10 or 15 years, it started getting a little better and started getting exposed. But no, people on the top are still people on the top. Those are rich white people, plain and simple. And people say, "Oh, Gil, you can't do that. You can't say that." So let me show you guys something. You guys say that, why do I make it about race? I don't make it about race, brother. I'm just following suit what the highest people in the land do, carnal. So let's check this out real quick. Tell me what this is.
The vote. And I'm here today to announce a brand new plan to deliver more opportunity, more security, more fairness, and more prosperity to Black communities. We call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan.
Wait. Did he say all communities? Did he say brown communities? Let's hear that again.
Communities. Plan to deliver more opportunity, more security, more fairness, and more prosperity to Black communities. We call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with Black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote Republican over the next 4 years.
So let's just move that real quick. That is the former president Trumpito of the United States, when he brought the Platinum Plan to the African Americans. He's gonna, he's offering all kind of money for business, for colleges. He didn't say brown Americans. He didn't say brown Americans. He said Black Americans. And more power to the Black community for actually pushing their agenda and getting the president of the United States to, cater to them. Straight up, cater to them. That's how this game works. You don't want to believe me? We can keep going. We can keep going. So the difference here is we bring out truths, homie. We bring out facts. I got time to sit there and BS with people without having facts. So let's hear another president of the United States.
Said you would put a Black woman on the court should a spot open up, but there are groups calling for you to release a list of specific names you'd put on the court. Are you going to do that?
We are putting together a list of a group of African American women who are qualified and have the experience.
Are you going to?
Again, this is the sitting president of the United States, Joe Biden. He didn't say we're putting a Latina in there for the Supreme Court. He made a promise during his campaign that he would put a female African American as a Supreme Court judge. That was his promise to them. Why? Because they politically got together. And again, more power to them. This is no knock, so don't even start with that BS. More power to them and their political machine. Learn, people. Learn what's going on. The reason these two presidents, these is back to back, are catering to the African American community is not because they're staying silent. It's not because they're sitting there waiting for their fucking turn. They got to the front of the line and said, no, we need to start putting people in power. We need to start getting money from you guys. We need attention. And that's what we're trying to do here. But you got too many pendejos that sit there and say, oh, why you make it about this? I ain't making it about that. The presidents, everybody who's in the political system knows this is how it works.
Calling for you to release a list of specific names you'd put on the court. Are you going to do that?
We are putting together a list of a group of African American women who are qualified and have the experience to be in the court. I am not going to release that until we go further down the line of vetting them as well.
And that's the reality of it, people. That is the truth of it. If that doesn't show you how this game works and how they cater to certain individuals, then you never will. That's how it works. You push your agenda, you get together, you become a voting bloc that they fear or that they need in order to win their elections. We are the quote unquote sleeping giant. Well, we're going to continue to be the quote unquote sleeping giant. We're not going to wake up. We're not going to do anything until we actually come to the realization that until we get politically educated, nothing's going to change for us. But for some people, that's fine. And that's okay too. Listen, I've said it before. I said it again. As individuals, we're doing very well. As individuals, I'm living a decent life. Right? I do this because there's a lot of us, though, that are not educated in politics, are not educated in how the system works. The system, it pretty much dictates everything in life. But stay silent, they say. People, stay silent, they say. Hold on, let me, these people. Let's see what you guys talking about. American Cholo, the Asians should be an example to us Latinos. Asians come here broke, and within our one generation, they achieved the American dream. Yes, the good majority do, just but the Asians have something that we don't have as much. The work ethic, all day long, dude. We've got the same work ethic as the Asians. Asians bust their butts, right? The thing the Asians have on us is the education, how much they push education. And some people say, well, they're minorities too, Gil. What? Yeah, but the Asians, if you look at history, the Asians have been around for about 1,000 years. They've had their country, like, well, China at least, right? They've been groomed for all these years. Education, education, education. They come over here, education, education, education. Now, if we were like them, which we can get, we can push education, education, education. Who we got already? That didn't take too long, did it? Hold on. Oh, man, I think I hung up on Rogelio. Gabriel, what's good?
Hey, how you doing? I changed my freaking debit card, so I am a member, and I'm trying to get it back on. And everything you're saying is fucking legit, bro.
Thank you.
Like, we need unidad.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it's just a damn shame that people want to sit here and get bogged down and argue over the smallest thing when we got such bigger fish to fry, my man.
It's like you say, we have the work ethic, man. Like, nos chingamos el lomo cada día, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now we need to start using our brains more to it, start using our power, and we can start getting these presidents to say, hey, to the Latinos, we're going to give you $100 million for this. We're going to give you millions for after school programs. We're going to give you this, this, this. You don't hear that, dude. You never hear that, and you're never going to hear it until we actually come together and make them, force them to speak that way and do stuff about it.
Do you know, and you're absolutely right. And the fucked up part about it is that they don't want to see a brown man in the offices because remember this, we did not cross the border crossed us, bro.
Absolutely, my man. Thank you for the phone call, brother.
Órale.
Carnal. Yeah, you know what? I wanted to show you guys something else. That's the beauty of this. I do this because of the platform, man, because I want to be heard, because I think what I'm doing and saying is very important Check this out, people. I want you guys to look at this thing, man. Let me hide that comment real quick. I know it's a little blurry, but it's kind of the best one I could do for whatever reason. There it is, man. Latino power across the U.S. government. We are 18.5 of the population. We are 1.36 of elected leaders. Look at those numbers. Look at the videos I just showed you. The stuff doesn't lie. It speaks for itself. Straight up, it speaks for itself. 1.36 of elected leaders. We're only 1 point something percent in there. That's insane. Hold on, let me get. What's up, Roger? What say you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Gil? Hey, listen, I just want to give some very.
You're cutting out, homeboy. You better get some better Wi-Fi.
Me too. So I've been experiencing this problem lately, right? Because everything's going to hell. They're just not talking about it. It takes
Right.
Everybody's been hitting me up for money lately. All right, everybody.
For money?
Like mom. Yeah, like fucking like money. Like, hey, can I borrow this? Or I need some money. So this is what you tell everybody, right? Whenever somebody asks you for money, like a loan, you tell them this: I would do it, however, it's all Putin's fault. And since Putin did it, I can't give you a single dime right now.
Hey,
So, and that's
everything's
chaos,
Putin's fault. If I don't hit 100,000 subscribers, it's going to be
all
Putin's fault. You know that, right?
So that's the best thing, dude. If somebody says, hey, can I borrow a couple bucks? I would, brother. But honestly, because of Vladimir Putin and Russia, I can't. I'm broke.
Just tell him Putin
So
hacked your
that
account,
is the
Roger.
That is the advice that I give to you guys, because right now, let me tell you something. If they haven't started already, they're going to hit you up in these next coming months. Food prices are going to go through the roof.
Oh,
Gas
yeah.
is going to go even higher.
Yes.
Dude, we are going to experience the third horseman of the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's some
gonna get bad,
biblical,
brother.
it's some biblical times right now, and it's not getting any better. All of a sudden, the president of Ukraine say, "Hey, I want to negotiate." Like, man, the negotiations, it's over,
Yeah, man,
homeboy.
it's getting bad, and yes, it's getting really bad, bro. And I'm going to tell you something. We're getting ready. Don't be surprised, dude. If we're going to get close to that World War III, it's going to happen.
No, yeah,
So,
I said if they put a no-fly zone, which they're not, we'll go to World War III. If they start putting
well,
no, go ahead.
It's just, I can't educate you on this right now, Hondureño. All I'm going to tell you is this: forget about. Only thing you got to worry about right now, brother, is yourself. This is the time to be selfish. You worry about yourself. If your nana calls you and says, "Hey, préstame 50 bolas," you tell her, "No tengo ni madre, güey."
El Putin me chingó el account. Tell her that, homeboy.
El Putin me chingó a la verga. Nos vemos.
All right, Roger. We'll catch you later. Fucking Roger, man. Oh man. Let's see what you guys got. Yeah, that's the world's famous Roger, homeboy. Oh man. Yeah. You cannot educate a person unwilling to learn. Trump Pinocchio. All right. Yeah, you can't, but you can educate children. Instead of educating children on the gay ABCs, you can educate children on actual education. You can educate children on how finances work. You can actually educate children on how the world really works. That's the thing we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the youth, to educate them, not to the youth, not to believe La Primera lives. What's up, man? And that's the problem with, especially in the Latino community. We have romanticized, we have glamorized, we have made gangs be our top priority for many years, and look where that's gotten us, man. And it fell off for a little bit, but now it's coming back harder than ever. And here we go again, man. Tale from the streets. What up, Gil? Good job, homie. Hey, man, you're doing your thing out there, man. I see you out there doing your thing, and you're showing the world what it is, man. You got a lot of drug stuff going on, man. What a weirdo. Okay, so what we got over here. If your grandma calls for 50, give her Rogers. Abuela, háblale al pinche Rogelio. No, that's Rogelio, homeboy. Fucking Roger, dude. Hey, Roger is the man. All right, let's see what we got, man. The people that preach education are not educated. Yeah, I guess I'm not educated. Oh my Jesus Christ. I don't know if she's talking about me. Here, let me tell you some other stuff that's going on in the world today, people. And this is why it's very important to come together, man. Let me show you some other stuff here. Oh, we'll get to the. I want to know what you guys think about. Here, I just downloaded. Okay, here we go. This is the world we're living
Today,
in.
Governor Ron DeSantis was in Wesley Chapel signing a new high school financial literacy bill into law. This would require basic finance week. The governor signed a proclamation naming Emma Wyant the best female swimmer in that race. Wyant lost to a transgender swimmer from.
So this young lady got second place to this big old dude who's like 6'2", weighs about 200 and something pounds. He was a swimmer that when he was in the men's swimming league or whatnot, he was ranked 400th. 400th. All of a sudden, in the last year or two, he's found himself to be a female, and he won. He won, and the governor of Florida, I say to his credit, came out and pretty much said, no, man, this is wrong. The NAACP needs to wake up, but the NAACP doesn't care. A lot of these people don't care. They'll let the LGBTQ plus A, whatever it is now, run amok and do whatever they want. And this is what's going on.
From the University of Pennsylvania, named Leah Thomas. Many Florida
That's the quote unquote female, the guy with the blue cap.
Republican lawmakers have already weighed in on this, and today Governor DeSantis went after the NCAA, saying, quote, they are perpetuating a fraud.
Now, the NCAA is basically taking efforts to destroy women's athletics. They're trying to undermine the integrity of the competition, and they're crowning somebody else the women's champion. And we think that's wrong.
The governor also responded at the press conference to the Disney controversy over the Don't Say Gay bill. He said today Disney's leadership has, quote, bought into a false narrative.
And that's what's going on, man. The world is. Let me see, somebody's calling up real quick. Javier, what's good, brother?
Said 18% of the population, but you realize most of those are wetbacks, right?
Most of those are wetbacks. The 18%. Where do you come up with this stuff, dude?
Yeah, when they do the census, they don't ask for citizenship, man. 'Cause you could have 18%, but who knows how many of those people can actually vote?
Okay, listen. First of all,
You realize that, though, right?
No, I don't realize that 18% is off the ones that they already know are illegal. There's 11 million illegals, and I'm sure somewhere along the line, your abuela, your tia, your mama was the same thing to me.
All your watches and stuff, like.
All my watches are conservative? No, let me ask you this.
Yeah, most of them are.
Okay, and if they are, so what? What's the problem? The problem is
So what's up with that, man? That's a Mexican shit.
So what are you?
That's some coon shit right
Okay,
there.
so let me
That's
guess.
some coon
Let
shit.
me guess. You put on.
That's some
Are
coon-
you see? You're like a little kid. Are you gonna talk, or are you gonna sit there and just ha 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 like a little girl? You're okay.
Talking.
So then that means do you put a dress on and call yourself Susie? Is that the kind that you are? Because I could go that route. You're trying to say that's some cool. So then you must be a LGBT guy, right? That's what you are, right? Because you're trying to
No,
you're trying to
I'm
make one
not.
extreme or another. Listen, brother,
No,
I
I'm
am okay. I am myself. I am pro-choice. In other words, if you want to have an abortion, that is your business. Is that right or left?
I guess that would be.
That's left, but that's super
I mean,
liberal.
You want to call it left, but it's just the right thing to do.
No,
Because
no.
every
There's
individual,
there's certain people that will say that no.
owns their body, right?
Okay,
Every
but
individual owns their body, and a woman should have a right to do what she wants. with her
okay.
body.
Well, now you say on the body, but the same left is gonna sit there and tell you need to take a shot. It's mandatory for you to take a shot. So why doesn't that own your body?
That is your.
No,
What
it's the
I'm
same
talking
thing.
about is rights as an individual.
Okay.
I'm talking about rights as an individual human being.
It's a
What
right
you're
as an,
talking about is-
it's a right as an individual not to take a shot when they don't want you to. When you don't want to, why is it different for a man to do that, but a woman no?
That's correct. You're right on that.
Okay, so that's what we are. We sitting here actually having conversations. We're not all fucking whacked out jobs saying no. Okay, let me ask you this. I don't know if you have a family. I don't know if you're a family man. I don't know how old you are, right? Do you want better schools for your children?
I don't have children, but if I did,
Family
I
members.
would.
I'm sure you got nephews, nieces, cousins, something.
Look, I went to school. So
That wasn't that wasn't
schooling,
okay. Yeah.
What does that mean, though?
Okay, that means
What
that
does that mean?
that means that it doesn't matter if you're conservative, like you laugh at. It doesn't matter if you're leftist. If you laugh, I believe that as a whole, we still want the core stuff better. But the problem is, people like you get bogged down on names and start saying, "Oh, you're conservative. I can't listen to you. Oh, you're this. I can't listen to you." And that's when we don't communicate. What I'm trying to do here is communicate and let you know it doesn't really matter what label people put on. The core issues we can agree on. We can agree on better schools. We can agree on safer streets. We can agree on we don't want homeless guys all doped out. The only difference is we have different approaches of how to get there, brother. That's all it is.
Yeah, okay, but okay, so let's talk about the school thing. I see that you're talking about this gay ABC shit.
Yeah.
Like, you do realize you're focusing on something that's like not really actually happening. Like, you think they're really going around teaching kids the gay ABCs?
Hey, brother.
Like, you gotta understand. Let me say something.
Go ahead, for sure.
You talk. A lot of that propaganda, especially the people that, I'm not saying it's your fault, but the people that are around you, like the people that follow you on your channel and stuff, they fall for that Russian propaganda. And their whole idea is like to make bullshit like that, the gay ABCs, make it seem like it's actually happening, to get people to be like, oh, fuck, man, we can't have the leftists. Look at what the leftists are doing. They're fucking up society. They're making our kids say the gay ABCs, like, a bunch of bullshit that's not actually happening.
Okay.
And you're never going to actually focus on actually making the schools like actually good.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about learning math, science, and
I agree.
I guess in history you should learn that too.
Of course.
And literature, you should learn everything. But like there is a problem with schools. But it's not that they're saying the gay ABCs, because they're not actually saying the gay ABCs, man. It's not actually happening.
Can I?
Go ahead.
I had a teacher sitting in this room where I'm sitting right now, an actual teacher that works for elementary school. You know what she told me? She told me, Gil, that is nothing. They teach much worse. This is what the curriculum is. If you want to teach gay ABCs, if you want to teach LGBTQ, if you want to teach, listen, it is your right as a teacher. She says not all teachers do it, and this is a teacher telling me this. And sitting here in the room, I'm not making this stuff up, brother. This is a teacher telling me they have the right to teach it, and there is some teachers that are teaching this. So if you believe they're not teaching this, then you just not seeing the reality. It is out there. They're pushing the agenda. You shouldn't be talking to little kids that age and talking about non-binary and transsexual. No, that stuff maybe when they when they go to junior high or something, then we could start talking about that. But it's almost like they're indoctrinating little kids.
Brother, let me tell you, like,
tell me.
Teachers, if I remember them, they never really gave a fuck about you anyway. So, like, I don't think
now you're going for two different things. Now you're going from it's not happening to now they don't give a fuck about you.
I still don't think it's happening.
It's if you want, what I'll do, I'll bring that teacher on. She won't show her face, but she'll actually do an interview.
No, you don't gotta bring her on.
Okay, it's happening. It's happening, my man.
I believe you that she's a teacher and that you talked to her. I'm not saying you didn't.
It's happening. It's happening, my man.
It just seems highly.
Okay, it seems highly.
If it is happening.
How about this?
If it is happening, let's say if they are teaching some sort of tolerance to since you're starting in elementary school.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember correctly, when I was in 6th grade, I think 6th or 5th grade,
right?
They were already had us with the sexual education. They already had showed you what a boner was and what a fucking condom was and all that.
Right.
When I was in 6th or 5th grade.
Okay.
I don't know how you were growing up, but when I was growing up, this was like early 2000s or late 90s. This might have been late 90s.
To be honest with you, it may have been in 6th grade.
So they were already teaching sexual education.
Yeah,
bro.
but 6th grade is junior high again. 6th grade is junior high. So I could see.
When I was in 6th grade, we were still in elementary.
Yeah, but technically
you were. 8th grade was junior high.
Well, technically you were in junior high.
With high schoolers.
Right. Technically you were. But how about this? People think it's far-fetched. All of a sudden now you got transgender guys competing with women at the college level, and they're destroying them. Is it not happening?
That's okay. I do realize that's happening.
But that's what the world's gonna come to.
But here's the thing.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, no one cares about women's sports anyways.
Yeah, but no, I got a daughter and granddaughters, brother. No, see, that's just you being a jackass saying nobody cares about women's sports.
I agree with you on that. They should not allow them to fully compete in women's sports. They
Right.
shouldn't allow them to do that.
Yeah.
At that point, just let them compete in men's sports or whatever. I don't know.
No, they
they
should.
probably wouldn't.
They should have their own thing if that's the case. If they want to do that, they should have their own thing.
Yeah, but if you're giving them their own thing, they might have a problem with that. Like
Well-
they might.
well, that's
but,
the thing.
But yeah, definitely, I agree that they shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's sports because they're physically stronger and all that.
Because
like,
they're men,
just
brother.
because of that.
Because they're men. Physically, they're men. Yeah, maybe
That's
mentally.
another thing. That's
Maybe
another
yeah,
thing.
maybe
No,
maybe
that's
mentally they're women. They can call themselves whatever they want. I have no problem with that. But if you're competing against a woman and you're genetically a man, dude, it's not a fair thing. So there we go. That's another thing. That's not a crazy conservative thing. How about having men walk into women's bathrooms that say they identify as women, but they're putting out their dong out there and taking a leak? Is that okay?
As far as having the transsexuals going to women's bathroom.
Well, there's men that go. They say they're no, not just if it's a women and you're sitting down. An actual dude, like that one guy. He was at a spa here in L.A. maybe like 8 months ago. He was butt naked inside the spa, and he was a straight dude. And he said, "I identify as a woman."
Here's the thing, though. You gotta okay. Look, yo. I think that like you gotta understand that like there's within all groups, transgenders, Mexicans, Black people, lesbians, like there's out of whack people in all those groups. Okay.
Absolutely.
And there's transgenders that are chill, that are funny ass people to be around, to talk to, and they're chill. Like they're not.
No, but nobody's saying that.
And but then there's of course there's weirdos, but you can't focus on the weirdos and be like, yo,
no.
look at them.
But listen, my man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you're saying.
I understand that.
I know what you're saying. This is another thing. This is not a cap on that. People like a lot of times get what we do naturally. We get offensive and like we get like damn, these guys are attacking us. I'm not attacking the community, but in reality, the LGBTQ community that has power, they're pushing for this stuff, carnal. They're pushing for no, we're equal. We should be doing stuff with women.
It for the normal people within their own society. They're not saying like
you've obviously haven't paid attention.
They're not saying well, of course, because once that happens, like you gotta give everybody a chance, and then the weirdos are gonna come out, and the weirdos are gonna get their head busted by the police, by the law, whatever, for doing weird shit. That's just what happens. It's like when with Mexicans and Black people, like when they freed the blacks, when they just started letting Mexicans come over, yeah, they're like, oh man, look at it, they're all wild, look, they're gangbanging, they're doing cocaine, they're raping women, this and that. Like they use few cases that actually happened to try to smear everybody. And that's kind of what's happening right now. They're trying to smear the transgender walked in the bathroom and did this.
No,
so now they smear everybody.
Well, because what happens
that's not right.
Hold on, like right now in Florida, they just signed the bill to stop teaching the gay stuff in the elementary schools, right? So you already had some LGBTQ people out here in LA walking out of Disneyland because they're not treating us right. It's like, no, we don't. Listen, I don't want that in the schools for my children, and that's my opinion and my choice. I'm not saying F those people. No, I just don't want it, brother. And that's the conservative part of me. That's just the father part of me. That's the grandfather part of me, my man. Hey, brother, I enjoyed the phone call. Great conversation. I'll give you a couple. Okay. I got somebody else tapping in. Thank you, huh?
Yeah,
man. For sure. That was actually a good phone call. Let's see what you got. Oh, you hung up after that. Call back 818. Yeah, but it doesn't come down to conservative. Because at the back, the young guy who was calling, what's up, brother? He was, why are you guys all conservative? Why? It's not that, man. It has nothing to do with conservative. Because at the end of the day, there was a couple of stuff that he kind of agreed on. He kind of got stumped. You know, they have the right to get an abortion, but then if somebody wants the right not to have a shot, they force them. There's a lot of stuff, and it has nothing to do. The conservative and the liberal thing, that's just a label to keep us fighting, and I'm trying to break that label. Caller, what's say you?
Yeah.
What's up, my man? Talk to me.
Hey, honestly, like, I mean, it's cool if people, that's like their preference or whatever, but to be teaching kids that kind of stuff at such a young age, you know, they haven't even gone through puberty yet. And, you know, I think let them learn about that stuff once they go through puberty and they find out what they like for themselves. But to be teaching children that at such a young age, they don't know what that kind of stuff is. They don't know how that's going to impact their life. You know, like say a parent, you know, teaches a boy to wear a dress and a to play with dolls, and then he gets older and he realizes he doesn't like all that shit. When he gets older, it's gonna fuck him up mentally, and I don't think that's cool for kids. Like, if adults want to do that stuff, leave that to them. Children don't know what sex is. Let them decide that for themselves when they get older.
Well, yeah, if adults want to do that, and if there's certain adults that want to teach their kids that at home, get your money. That's your parenting. That's what you want to do. We already have enough bad parents ourselves that do weird shit. But if that's what they want to do, that's fine. That is their business as parents. But when they try to push that agenda into the schools because they want everybody to think like them, they want everybody to have their ideology like them, and we don't. We're all individuals. So schools should be teaching the basics, fundamentals, plus some other stuff that we want to be taught, like some finances and stuff. But yeah, it's like they're coming into your schools and they're making all the kids. The same teacher that I had the conversation with, right? She's telling me that there's a bunch of kids in their school that are saying that they don't want to be called white anymore because white people are just racist and this and that. No, straight up. And I'm like, dude, no, those are kids. I don't want. Even when I speak, I'm not sitting here saying, fuck the white man. No, we're just trying to catch up to the same game they've been playing for that long. But you shouldn't have the kids playing for their father's sins, right? And that's what's going on with that. It's too much wokeism has come, especially into like California type schools. And I want to say the majority of Latinos don't want that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And you know what, man? Honestly, like, I don't have a problem with that crowd or the LGBTQ whatever. But at the same time, it's like I've known a few people in my life that later on in life they identified with that, but they were like abused at one point as a child. It's not a lot of people that I've met that go towards that way is not by choice. It's something that happened to them when they're younger. And I read somewhere too that like a lot of trans people, they suffer with like drug addiction and like wanting to commit suicide because those people aren't happy, And like I said again, that's not something we should be teaching the children like on a wide scale in school, because man, straight up, kids don't know about that kind of shit. Like, right. Kids, like you think a little boy knows about what the fuck anal sex is? Like that should destroy somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's, to me, that's child abuse. If you want to do that for you yourself, that's fine. But let the kids decide when they go through puberty if they want to do some shit like that. You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. I think it's indoctrination.
Well, no, it's definitely indoctrination, but I do disagree with you somewhat where you believe that. I don't know if you think all the people that are gay and all that just because they got.
I don't believe all of them. I don't believe all of them, but I've met some like that I went to school with, that they went through some shit when they're. I don't believe all of them. There's a lot of people out there that
they're just born like that. They're born like that. Yeah. Listen, there's some kids that I've known that are now adults that were like they're kids of friends of ours, right? And off the back, dude, you see him, you're like, oh, he's gay, But there's no offense about it. But it wasn't a conversation where like, oh my God, it's like, yeah, he's gay, no big deal. And then he grows up, and then later on comes out the closet or whatnot. You're like, I know you were gay when you were 5 years old. There's just certain kids, there is, you just kind of know, and it is what it is. I could care less. Hey, brother, thanks for the call, my man. All right, so we started getting a little echo in there real quick. Yeah, see, people, too many times, that's what it is. They get combative. They think you're attacking them. No, only because I disagree with you doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean I want to fight you. Doesn't mean I'm saying screw your side. No, absolutely not. If I disagree with you, I disagree with you for a reason, and I'm going to try my best to articulate to you why I disagree with you. And it should be vice versa. And it shouldn't just be like, you're this and that's it. No. The conservative, the liberal, those are just terms people use to divide. Those are terms politicians have used because politicians, whether on the left or on the right, they don't want to sit here and have us get along because we're going to figure out that they are not doing anything for us, man. All right. Let's see what this guy has to say. Hey Roger, did I just hear somebody scream at you? Was that your mom?
No, that was my wife. Told me if she was. Yeah, she was. No, she wasn't. Yeah, she screamed.
She screamed at you, Roger. I heard it.
I know. She was trying to tell me what she added to the refried brains she was gonna make me tonight.
What's going on, Roger? What you got? What you got, Fo?
So listen, bro. I don't really want to talk about the LGBT thing. I mean, I think everybody can tell their whole opinion. However, one of the reasons that I think that the East, especially China and Russia, and the reason why they want to wipe them out is because of the whole LGBT thing. You know what I mean? Putin is very against LGBT.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so it's to a certain degree. And, so whatever. So I just want to make one thing clear, bro, because listen, I don't know if you guys know, a lot of manure that comes over is coming from the Ukraine and the Russians.
Right.
Dude, the farmers are going to have a tough time, bro. Food's going to go up. So when anybody calls you and asks you for money, you tell them, I don't have any money because of Putin. If you don't want to, I'll charge you $2 per call.
I'll forward him your number. I'll forward him your number, Roger. Bye, fucker. Bye. Jesus. Oh, man. This guy. Oh, man. Mr. Terry Hesticles. I figured you out after that, Terry. Hey, Terry Hesticles. I definitely appreciate that 99 super chat. That is huge, man. Love your channel, brother. Love what you're doing. And I push you out there as much as I can. Too many folks nowadays and more comfortable being complacent asleep at the wheel while the government drives them off the cliff. There you go. Terry Hesticles, huh? Terry Hesticles. That's the man. Hey, man, I appreciate that super chat, my man. Some other people were calling here real quick. There is. Let's see what you got over here. I'm independent, but I lean right, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with leaning a little bit here, leaning a little bit left, but just don't get bogged down on the certain political parties because we will lose that way. That's what you got. Mr. Ulysses, turn that radio down, TV down. You there?
Yeah.
What's going on, buddy? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, man? Big fan of your show. I just wanted to tap in real quick, man, because, the violence towards our children is so crazy,
Yes, sir.
With, like, this whole, they've been pushing, like, even before this gay ABC shit. I'm sorry, I don't know if I could cuss.
No, yeah. Go ahead. Get your money.
This gay shit that we're doing, this whole Luciferian things, bringing in these weird, like, I'm talking about maybe like 5-6 years ago where certain states were pushing devil worship books. And it was like, yo, this is crazy, man. And, the whole abortion state where I think Colorado now is trying to like say if you're 40 weeks, they're trying to pass a bill where if you're 40 weeks pregnant, you can still kill your child.
Right.
Like, this is crazy, man.
Yeah. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. The only thing I will say, but even listen, I am pro-choice. Not me personally. I changed my thinking about when I was young. I would never have anything like that, but almost an older gentleman. But I think there should be a time frame where you can do it. Some people say it starts to conceive, but that's a whole different argument. But this is the problem I have with the other side of that argument is that when a lot of people start having these babies that nobody really wants, they're going to take care of, but then the government, the same people are telling you not to have the kid, they're going to tell you, well, why the hell are you having kids you can't afford? So it's like a two-sided sword, man, or blade, as they say.
Yeah, man. It kind of makes you wonder, like, to us, I guess you can see we're kind of getting, I don't want to say woke because that word is so played out nowadays.
We're getting politically educated, I believe it is.
Yeah, like it makes you wonder, like, okay, when we were children, and I'm barely 32 years old, man, and I wonder, like, how did they get me when I was a kid, right? How did they like brainwash and manipulate my mind, in my opinion? Well, I look at it like, if you see something over and over and over,
yes,
then you're gonna, you're kind of getting brainwashed there. And to me, I'm a big fan of hip hop, and of course, in my time, it was like Tupac, right? And if you look at that generation, they thought it was cool to be thugging. They still think it's cool to be out here, robbing, stealing, killing, calling themselves thugs and stuff like that. Like they have this agenda, man, to get rid of us, And today, I don't know if you saw that Joe Biden talking about the New World Order. I was like, yo, did he actually say that?
Yeah, I don't think it's so much to get rid of us. I think we're here. They know it's to keep us dumbed down. It's to keep us not really educated on what's going on. Yeah, it's that way they could stay in power. They could have the money and they could keep doing exactly what they're doing, which is the big picture. If there is such a such a different class between the super rich and just the poor or the middle class. And it's getting the gap is getting larger and larger, and that's the ultimate game. But before we do that, we got to try to get our house in order and try to do stuff for our children, because nobody else will, brother, just us.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my man, I got another call. Thank you for calling. Huh? Let's see what we got in the building. Caller, what's it you? Mr. Richard, what's going on?
What's going on, brother? Not much, man. Really quickly, man, because I got to go back in about 5-7 minutes to work. Hey, man, just wanted to chime in here with the LGBT thing that's going on. One of the reasons, man, I just want to point out, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know this, but one of the reasons why the LGBT community has a lot of influence is because even though they're small in numbers, but they know where to focus the money that they amass.
Yes.
Okay. If we were more organized and people like you that has a platform would connect with people, important people in the Latin American community, and tell them what we want, because unless if people don't give a shit, they're not going to tell anybody what they want.
Yes.
If we can manage to get leadership to focus the funds, and pay off and pay these get the attention of these politicians, until we can do that, nothing is going to be done. We have to know, we have to come together as one. We have to keep preaching what you're preaching, the unity among us. There's nobody's going to give a shit about us. Nobody's going to speak for us. We have to do it ourselves.
Absolutely, brother. It's about us getting together and having a war chest to sit there and actually say, all right, we're pushing this, we're pushing that, because they're funding millions into their thing. That's how they're getting there. And now they put themselves in big positions of power, like in the movie industry, in the music industry. I've had people call me and tell me, Gil, you can't talk about that stuff. They're gonna cancel you. You're not gonna ever like get into mainstream. If you would not talk about stuff like that, you can actually, I don't care. I think, in the way I'm doing, I'm betting on my people to sit there and step up to the plate. Like, nah, man, we got you. In other words, that way I can say whatever I want to say without being worried about being canceled. Anybody telling me, hey, you can't say that. Because the second that you sell your soul to that, they have got your agenda and they can do whatever they want with you. And that's what we're not going to do here.
Yes. And we got nothing to lose. I mean, it's not like we're in the big screen anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, if it's going to be like that, look, we got to, are you paying attention what's going on in Latin America with this whole Russia thing and stuff like that? A lot of these Latin American countries, Mexico, El Salvador, Bolivia, a lot of these countries are making more deals with China and Russia and these Arab countries. They're getting away from the dollar.
Yes.
Okay, we here in Hispanic Americans, we have to start doing our own thing, not be dependent on the movie industry, because we already know how they're going to portray us. Yes. We already know how they do brown people here. We need to do our own thing, get away from them. They're going to be begging us to make films with us because we have the numbers. There's 500 million. That's with a B, not that with an M.
Yes.
They're going to be begging because they see the numbers, they see the money. And if they want that money, they're going to have to comply and do what we're going to have to say, this is what we want the movies about, if you are to have any of our people on there, period. If not, get the hell out of here. We got China, we got Russia, we got the rest of the world, because you're pretty much out the door, financially, economically, goodbye.
Yeah, and we've got the numbers to do it, but like you were saying, we gotta organize. It's gonna take work, and it's gonna take a lot of people to actually put it together. But there's people out there that got big money that will be willing to donate and be donors behind the scenes. We can set up shops in different cities, different counties, different states, and eventually take this thing national, where we're actually doing something. And then guess what you're going to see? You're going to see a president of the United States saying to the brown community, we're going to give you so many millions of dollars, this and that. And eventually we're going to get an actual brown president in office, because to this day, nobody even mentions the slightest bit about getting a Latino into office as president. It's a damn shame, as many numbers as we have.
Or even if he's not brown, it's not Latino, but at the very least, man, at least listen and deliver. Okay, what we're asking for, you know?
Yes.
And that's pretty much it, man. What I wanted to chime in, and keep doing the good work, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're around, man. We need more. We need to multiply more guilds.
That's right, brother. I appreciate it, my man. Have a good one. Get back to work.
All right. One more thing.
One
more thing, man. All the Latinos out there, you guys need to start. You really need, just in case shit does hit the fan. we need to start preparing for whatever comes our way: food, water, weapons, and all that stuff. All right. Remember where this prepping stuff came from. Okay, this is an inheritance that was left by our ancestors. Pretty much that's where it comes from. This prepping stuff comes from our native people, so it does belong to us. So, anyways, with that, I'm out.
That's right, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. That was a great call, man. You got some good calls coming in here today. That's what it's about. It's about us having the conversations. The conversations. Let me see what they got. They're going to give another stimulus as a gas rebate to distract everybody once again from a much bigger agenda. Yeah, they're going to give in California a rebate of like $400, which I think equals like $7 and something cents a week is what it is what they're taking off the gas taxes. Meanwhile, they're blaming Putin and everybody else. And let me show everybody who didn't see that last time, which is the gay ABCs. That's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about the gay ABCs. Where here you go, boys and girls, coming to a school near you, even though that one gentleman says it's not happening. Oh, it's happening, Playboy. This is coming to a school near you if it's not there already.
Is for ally. E is for bye. C is for coming out. D is for drag. E is for equality. F is for family. Uh-oh, we missed the page. G is for gay. H is for hope. I is for intersex. J is for joy. K is for cookie. L is for lesbian. M is.
What's up, brother? Talk to us.
Look, bro, it's your boy. I go by KDN Visuals. I mean, I fuck with a lot of podcasts and shit, and I fuck with your podcast too. And
that's right. I appreciate that.
I've been watching you for a little minute. Yeah, I've been watching you for a little minute though, but I just want to talk about. I mean, what you covering? You feel me? You covering all this stuff? I got a son.
Right.
I got a son, bro, and he's homeschooled right now. You feel me? He's homeschooled. He ain't in public school. And me and my mom, we actually talked about it, and we came to an agreement, and we agreed that because of what the school system is teaching nowadays, that we don't want him in public school.
Right.
You know, as a matter of fact, I was just reading something right now, bro. It's crazy to me. I don't know if y'all heard about that new Buzz Lightyear movie.
No, not yet. What do they got? What do they got now?
So they got the new Buzz Lightyear movie coming out, right?
All right.
And at first, I guess they took it out, but now they put it back in, and it's a scene. I don't know if it's a guy on guy or girl on girl, but it's a same-sex kiss scene.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I wanted to see that movie, bro. I wanted to see that movie. I wanted to go check it out. Man, I grew up on Toy Story. You feel me?
For sure.
Man, I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. All three of the movies. But when they coming out like this, it's just like, I get it. Everybody has their beliefs. Everybody has their thing that they stand for, and you got to be willing to die for what you stand for. And I get that.
Right.
But what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, my boy.
Yeah, it's. But see, stuff like that, like with that movie, if we really had a big movement going, we can get together and say, "Hey, guys, we're boycotting this movie." Why? Because you're sexualizing children's movie, dude. And it is an agenda. It's an agenda to keep pushing. So that way they don't watch it. And that way they can start changing how they make some of these movies.
Well, yeah, that's what we need to start doing then. As a group of, as a community, as a people, we need to create. Look, there's groups on Facebook, there's groups everywhere. We need to create a group where it's just us people supporting each other and try to change laws. Let's change the laws. Let's change the rules. Let's change the laws. We can't be conformed to this world. We live in this world, but we can't be conformed to this world. You feel me? We gotta do better. We gotta live better. We gotta teach better.
Absolutely, man.
Come on, bro. I got a son. There's more kids not just my son. There's more kids growing up. You feel me? There's more kids on the right. They're the future right now.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we got to teach them right.
And if
Yeah, we got to teach them right. We got to show them right, bro.
if we as men and women don't step up for our kids, who else will? They're not. They're gonna indoctrinate their kids however they want. No, we
Look,
want to
bro.
teach our kids the way we want to
Look,
teach our
bro.
kids. Straight up.
Look, bro. Look, I didn't have my parents. You feel me? I didn't have my mom, my dad. They weren't really there. My grandma was there, but all she did was put clothes on my back, put food on my stomach. She didn't teach me how to go apply for a job. She didn't teach me how to do things, how to talk to people in the professional. Man, I had to do that on my own. I had to be around certain people, and I had to look at certain people and be like, no, I don't want to be like that. Oh no, I want to be like that. Oh yeah, that's the type of person I want to be like.
Right.
Motherfuckers that's spreading love, wisdom, and knowledge out here. Not no hate, not no bullshit, not always trying to go back and forth, argue and this and that. Like, no, let's come. We know what the problem is. You feel me? We see the problem every day. We know what it is. We see it.
Yes, sir.
Let's come up with a motherfucking solution.
That's right, my man.
That's
right.
the next step, right?
That's
fuck
that
the problem.
is the next
The
step.
problem is gonna be there. So fuck the problem.
That's
Let's come
the
up
next
with a
step.
solution.
How do we
people,
figure this out? Yes, absolutely. And that's one thing we haven't
Well,
done.
let's come up with a group of. Well, it starts at the home. It starts at the
for
home.
sure.
Look at yourself in the Look at yourself in the motherfucking mirror. Change yourself first before you change anybody else around you.
There you go,
Then
brother.
when you change yourself, then you can change your kids, your family. Then when you change your kids and your family and you help them better, then you can go out to your community. Then you can go out for your people. Then you can go out for the cities. Then you can go out to the world.
Yes, sir.
But
yes,
it starts
sir.
at the home first. It starts with yourself first. You got to look in the motherfucking mirror and change a lot of shit that you don't like about your motherfucking self first.
That's right. Hey, brother, I appreciate the phone call, my man.
My bad. I don't mean.
Not worries. I love, man. I love you. Love your kids. You love your family. That's what it's all about, homeboy.
Look, my boy. This I'm coming up. I came up with I have a podcast. I mean, it's a KDN podcast. I'm doing my own thing out here.
Okay.
And I talk about everything. I got you. I got a little Instagram and stuff like that. So maybe we can link up.
Hit me
maybe
up.
we can talk about some more stuff, and maybe I can even be on your show, or
Hit me up,
we can link up and do something. And we can come together as outside people,
I'm down.
and like I said, the community, and we can get a group of people. You got homies. I got homies.
Well, I don't know if you know,
people.
we're having that meeting May 21st out here to do exactly what you're talking about. We're having that meeting out here in North Hollywood May 21st, and that's what we're gonna do. It seats 200 people, and it's gonna be all a bunch of raza. Have some speakers out there. We're gonna do our thing and start sharing ideas on how we can actually get our movement going. And I'm inviting you if you can come through May 21st out here in North Hollywood, 2 to 5.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I'm super down. I'm all about, like, not even just our people, just people in general.
Yeah, of course. Anybody who wants better for their kids, man. That's all it is, man. So
yeah, we all the same. At the end of the day, we all going through the same shit. We all
yes, sir.
Chasing the same thing at the end of the day. So we gotta, like, try to support each other and uplift each other.
Yeah, hit me up on IG, brother. Hit me up on IG. We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Have a good one.
All right,
thank you. All right, there you go. Everybody's concerned. All right, we got Mr. Boo Boo Bear in the house. I don't know if Predict is still here. CC, what's going on, fellas? How you guys doing, man? So we're about an hour in. How is this gonna translate into Spanish? I don't know, but they're gonna have the gay ABCs, homeboy. There we go. Here we go. P is for pendejo. Straight or wrong to put this in the youth curriculum? It absolutely is. It's horrible, man. They should not be doing that. It shouldn't be happening. And yeah, we gotta boycott certain movies. We gotta boycott certain things, man. We can't just live just to live, homie. I don't live just to live. What's up, rap champion? ¿Cómo estás, carnal? Keep doing that music, homeboy. Let me try to get some more comments before I get out of here. Usually I try to do an hour, then I go back to watching my novelas. No, I don't watch novelas, homie. Shame to the devil, the truth. See, take shooting lessons, learn tactics. You guys are in here. Predict was that. CC. All right, people. So before, I got another phone call. Let me get him in here real quick. Oh, man, Mr. Terry Hesticos. How are you, my man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, my man?
Hey, thank you for that super chat, man. You really didn't have to. Thank you so much.
I know, but I love what you do, brother. I felt like I had to. It was God putting it upon me and saying, you know what, bless this man because he's doing great things, brother.
Thank you,
I
man.
love it. I love it. I can't get enough of it, man. I watch your channel all the time. When I'm at work, I just put that shit on autoplay and I go, brother. I just go. I listen. You're insightful, man. You're very good at what you do, my brother, and I appreciate your knowledge. Whenever you don't know, you go research, and I appreciate the hell out of that. A lot of people do that anymore.
That's right,
You
man.
know?
I appreciate what you're saying, man, and I try. This is something that I really try, because that way, like the other caller was saying, "Oh, you're saying no, man. Let's stop screaming at one another. Let's put our big boy pants on and have conversations. That way, we can actually learn from one another instead of just saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that." No, because a lot of people do that because they don't want to have the conversation because they don't know how to have it. But we need to have that conversation, because I think the majority of us in America are people who want, good things for their family, not all kind of crazy sexual stuff for their kids, teach education. I think we all can fall under that same umbrella regardless of who you are, where you grew up.
Exactly, brother. You know what? There's a lot of us, Raza, that believes that way, but there's a lot of us who are so misinformed or just blind to the fact and complacent with being blind to the fact.
Right.
I was having a discussion with a family member earlier, and I was asking her how she felt about the Disney situation.
Right.
You know, Disney donating money to political groups,
Yes.
in support of this LGBTQ plus alphabet people, all this stuff. And she's like, well, they're going to learn about gay stuff anyway. Well, yeah, but they're going to learn about that on their own. That's not something that should be taught in the schools.
Yes.
That's for parents to teach. You're taking away parental rights from saying, yes, I agree, or don't, no, I don't, or either or indifferent. You know what? I'll teach them on my own. Whatever I want them to do.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you're taking that right away, but people don't see that. People just see what they see on TV. It says don't say gay. Well, what's wrong with saying gay? It's not what it's about. That's not what the bill is about whatsoever.
Yeah.
The bill has nothing to do with speaking the word gay. It has everything to do with taking your rights away as a parent and then being able to teach what they want.
They use that politically to try to get you. But people are learning, because my daughter, she's 30 years old. She used to think I was the same wacko dad. You don't know. And now she's the one that calls me and says, Dad. And she has a daughter, my granddaughter, right? And she's like, they're taking it over the top. This is crazy. I said, I told you, I'm trying to tell you, they're going to slowly, surely going to be where they're going to teach everything they want. They think this is okay and that's okay. No, that sexual stuff needs to be left to the parents or up to junior high where you sign a consent form. But what they're doing right now is saying, no, we can pretty much teach whatever we want, whenever we want. And until we come together to start changing these laws, it's going to continue to get worse.
My brother, what I want to know is how these people, when I say, hey, you know what, that's not okay. And they say, well, what's wrong with teaching them about gay? What can you teach them about gay that has to do with actual health? Other than actual health is supposed to be about human anatomy and what we're built of and how to maintain and take care of and keep from getting infectious diseases into this human anatomy.
Well, it's the woke
sexual conscience.
It's the woke community that made these other people believe that if you speak anything against that, you're a homophobe or that you're racist or that you're this.
And that's why they use that language.
Yes.
That language that says the "Don't Say Gay" bill, because people read the headline. We're in a 30-second world now, brother.
Yes.
People don't have more than 30 seconds to dedicate to something that requires reading.
Sure.
They'll read the headline. Oh no, I'm against that. The "Don't Say Gay" bill, I'm against it. No. Why? Well, what's wrong with saying gay? It's not what it's about.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And too many people are unaware of what things are really about and are stuck on the 2-second headline.
For sure. Hey, Mr. I was gonna say Mr. Testicles.
You know what, man? I'm from Santana and I go by Curly out here. Everybody knows me as Curly. I'm Curly, brother, but my name is James. It's a pleasure.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for doing what you do, my man. I appreciate you, man.
Likewise, brother. You be safe.
All right, God bless, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. For Mr. Terry Hesticles. That's right, man. All right, so we got somebody in here. What's up, fucking Brown Out TV? How you doing?
What's up?
Talk to us.
Tapping in, man.
Let's see. There we go. We got a bigger screen. So what do you think, man? What you don't want people to see?
I'm not sure
or what?
what's going on. On my end, I got a little bit of overlay on the sound.
Let's see if that's me. I think that you know what you got to do sometimes. You got to go to settings. Let me go to audio and put echo
I can barely
cancellation.
hear you.
You probably got to go to settings and put the echo sound out, but it's got to be on your end because I can hear you perfectly.
Let me see if I can turn it off.
Unless you have your something on that's playing back the YouTube at the same time.
I would tell you.
You might have something
I
on
wanted to come on and say, I don't know why it's still doing that overlay right now.
Oh, you can't hear it on this end.
You think it's something I'm doing wrong? Or?
Yeah, well, what it is you either got your phone that's playing the YouTube video at the same time that you're on StreamYard. Because I could hear it a little bit coming back, but on my end, I can't hear it. But you just got to kind of ignore it. You good? You good? You good? All right, I don't know if it froze up or not.
Okay. There it is.
There. You better now?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so that's what it was, right?
Let me turn you up now.
All right.
There you are, bro. I got you all in there.
Yeah, because that thing kind of kills you when you're hearing it back. Kind of kills the whole vibe of the speech of talking.
Yeah.
For sure. So go ahead, shoot, homeboy. What you got to say?
Man, I want to discuss first. I'll touch on the left wing, right wing, and the independent. I'm for the independents because I feel like we have to have a bigger independent section for the people to actually get a voice.
Yes.
Because if we keep leaning, just my view, if we just keep leaning to the left and the right are still the power and political groups' fields. So we're still staying in their kind of their realm, but where they can kind of huddle us. So they play the good wolf and the sheep and back and forth. And in reality, these guys go and have banquets together, rubbing arms and shoulders and everything like that. And they got side deals going on. You know, you got the people that are working for the companies that are going in there, you know, trying to get their agenda pushed across the aisle, and they're accepting donations to their favorite charities and all kinds of whatnot. There's a whole lot of fixing that's got to be done to kind of get some real traction going for the people, I feel, on that. And as far as the LGBTQ and all that, can you tell me what is that exactly?
What's that? The LGBTQ plus, eh?
Yeah.
Well, what that is lesbian, bi, queer, transsexual, pretty much everything across the board. Kind of how I say Cali Mac. Well, I got I got Cali Mac through learning through the LGBTQ, because what happened with the LGBTQ is they got into big fights. Oh, I'm lesbian. Oh, I'm bisexual. Oh, I'm gay. So what they finally figured out, I heard on the streets, they finally figured out, hey, do we need to make a gang that pretty much includes all of us? And they just kept adding to it. L, then the G, gay, then the B, bisexual, then the queer, then transsexual, and then I, whatever, all kind of stuff. So that's why I say Calimac, Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicanos, because we need to stop fighting over the stupidest, smallest thinking. Oh, I'm Mexican. Oh, I'm Chicano. Okay, we are Calimac. Now let's move forward with what we need to do as a group. So it's the same thing, but that's what they came up with. That. But look how powerful they are.
Exactly. And you know, the culture and the people, you know, Texas, Cali, it goes for all of them, that we're so quick to judge the next one about what their agenda is and what they're trying to do, and you know, but in-house, as far as our brown to brown, it's like we're looking at each other like the rival, and it goes beyond just the gang area. Even in the social world and in the work field, we're looking as rivals to each other. But on the flip side, we don't go out calling the white man, the other color, anybody else for any of what they're doing. We're quick to get behind it. You know, the Black Lives Matter. You know, hey, let's get behind it. But on the flip side, can we get that backing too to help push our agenda for our kids, to protect them in the schools, not just from the physical, but from the mental, like what you were talking about with the kids, and being able to, you know, push certain literature and certain things that they want to push out there. And I don't know, they kind of behind the scenes change a lot of things and just kind of everything went out of whack, you know?
Yeah, because they bamboozle us into saying, you know, join the left party, join the right party. But as I don't know if you caught the beginning of the video I did, I showed Trump talking about, I'm gonna give the platinum plan to the African Americans. I'm gonna give them a few $100 million. Then you catch Joe Biden saying, hey, I'm gonna nominate an African American female to the Supreme Court. They're not talking about us. They're not catering to us. Why? Because we're not pushing up on them. We're the guy at work that's been there for 20 years and never asked for a raise. The white guy and the black guy have been there for 3 years and they keep getting raises because they keep going to the door of the guy and saying, hey, I need more money. But we've been playing that dumb brown guy. Oh, we okay. We're not okay. We want representation. We're not okay. But the thing is that what we got is we got this, homie. We got communication now. It's not like before where we were just in little barrios and didn't know what the other guys were doing, what they were thinking. We thought it was all about our neighborhood, whether you're in Texas, whether you're in California, and it's about my block. And we were fucking Indios fighting some tribal shit. Well, that tribe fight has to stop, and the big fight is over there. That's where the promised land is. Having the president of the United States saying, hey, for the brown community, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you hundreds of millions for colleges. I'm going to give you hundreds of millions for this. When we start making noise, if we don't make noise, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. And I feel like we could make a huge impact, if we had the barrios backing it and actually coming to some kind of peace agreement where we can, how much bloodshed can we have and how many years and how much can it keep going like that? A lot of pain on both sides, a lot of loss on both sides, families, everything else in between, kids losing their parents. And if we could have like they say, awaken the silent giant, awakening the beat for us to come together and actually, see that we're just harming each other. But why are we so quick to go just steady hunt each other down? I know we've lost people, we hurt for those people we've lost, but don't we want something better for the future?
Absolutely. And I think most brown men and women want that, brother. I really believe it. The thing is that we've never really just had that discussion. We kind of do it on our own, but we never had it on a national scale. Right now, we're gonna do it on a city level out here, right, with the one we're throwing on the platform. But I would ask you and anybody else has a platform to share the flyer, share the message. We're gonna stream it live. If you guys want to stream it live on your thing, we can figure out some way to stream it. Just stream it. The more people can see us coming together, speaking the way we do with a group of hundreds of people in a room, that's powerful. That's showing, damn, these guys are actually doing.
And we're talking for Texas over here and Cali over there, dude, and we're all on the same page that we want better for the next generation for where they're going, and we got to set them up for that. But not only that, try to help the ones that are lost. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Since I was a lost individual as a kid coming up, I wanted to do the same thing, man, to reach to those because I felt the same pain and we related. And why I hung with him and did what I did was because we related through the pain and what we was dealing with. And we were all trying to get each other through that time and have a good time and be on a positive note, not let the negative bring us down, So we're trying to do something positive now to not repeat that. You know what I mean?
Of course, brother. Yeah. And the thing is this, man, regardless of where you grew up and regardless who your rivals were, regardless of the people you saw as your enemies, they were going through the exact same things. They've got loved ones that are lost. But I say this, man, in all wars, the generals got to come together and say, that's it. If that was the case, we'd still be fighting Vietnam. We'd still be fighting World War II. We'd still be fighting all the stuff. Those are millions of people that died. We've lost people, but to continue the fights in the inner cities or any city for that matter, to continue all these fights is to have these people who die in vain. To stop the fights and say, you know what, dude, these people died so we can figure out this is wrong. We can go so much further. And I think that's the way we kind of convey to these youngsters, hey, homie, this is the way we do it. This is how we fight now. The new fight is right here with the pen, getting educated, buying businesses, buying blocks, because everybody else is doing it except us.
Exactly. And what we're trying to push is the unity, not just through the channels, but showing support, share it with other people, post it, repost it on yours to help get the subscribers up, to put the message even farther. We can go way farther with it than what it is. It could be more than just the 50 states. It could be beyond that. But first we got to work to try to unify it here so we can try to spread it like, hey, it should be equal opportunity for all of us. The Ukraine and the issue that's going over there is wrong. Women and children off, man. You just going way off the map, man, with what they're doing, man. But bringing them all over here, and there's lots of countries that are taking them in, but bringing them over here, I feel like What about the brown and the black that are at the border trying to get over? You know, you're just gonna bring they're coming from wars and stuff that's been going on to them. Why are they the lesser that you're gonna hold them out there? And then when they do come over, you want to separate them from the kids and put kids in imprisonment camps and do all this other stuff. I'm looking at it. That's imprisonment, man. Hey, they separated stuff. Hey, put them back together. Make sure they get back over the border together. I don't know where somebody feels like they could separate and do what they do, man. But my thing is like, if you're gonna bring the Ukrainians over, then start letting the workers come over, because the brown and the black that are coming over from these countries, they want the better life too, and why should they not have it too? You know?
Yeah, and the reason is they're coming over here and they're letting men real easy because it hurts them to see white people get hurt. It does. Look at the news. It's all of a sudden it's the end of the world, this and that. Brown and black are dying every day in the streets of America. Every day, homeboy. Every day there's brown and black people getting killed. But if it was Susie from the rich part of town, I can guarantee you they'd be in the news more often. But since it's black and brown, we become desensitized to it. But we need to change that rhetoric. And the news isn't gonna do it. We need to do it as people who have platforms, man. Hey, so I'm gonna be taking off right now. I want you to let people know where they can find you, what kind of stuff you do, and you know, let's bring some traffic your way.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Sure.
Well, the channel, you know, I'm starting out doing a lot of reactions to different music, you know, trying to push, you know, because I feel like not just in the media world, but in the music world, we're held down to a certain standard, lower down here. So I want to kind of push them to the front and kind of give them the shine they deserve, but also kind of give a little bit of content of what they're doing, but not just that, but, you know, pushing the unity and the peace, the same thing. You can look to reactions and go through it. If you go thoroughly through everything, you're going to see that it's pushing family, peace, unity, and everything else in there. But I want to make sure that we get our voice heard, man. And I'm going to start getting more footage, more stuff about what goes on over here so we can kind of collaborate on what goes on and kind of talk about the topics that are pushed to the side, that are hushed. You know, over here we had the big issue where the cops killed Michael Ramos, you know, gunned him down, and he was in fear of his life trying to get away. And the injustices that are pushed down over here, you know what I mean? That's just, you know, one of the many, you know.
Yeah,
and
it's
we're
swept under
definitely
the
going.
rug. It's swept
Yeah,
under the rug.
definitely. And another thing, you know, I'd love to do a collaboration with you, man, so we can touch base and talk on topics. You know, I know you're doing this live streaming now. That's cool. That's definitely going to get your voice a lot farther, man, because, you know, we need that, man. I was putting in the comments, man. I was saying, kill for president, man. You know what I mean? You got it out there. I don't know, man. Maybe not the show, but if the show don't work out, then push for the next level, man. Because I think a lot of gente will get behind you and vote for you, bro. That's just my honest opinion, man.
I just need people to get
subscribe,
behind.
American Cholo. Support your boy, man. Doing his thing right there, putting his heart into it, man. I saw him saying, "Oh, if I don't get 100,000, I'm not gonna." Nah, man, I'm pushing it out there too, trying to help you get to that 100,000.
I appreciate that, brother.
We're gonna get beyond that, man. You know, shit, 30, 40,000. It's gonna get up there, man. We're all gonna do our part. Everybody in the chat, get out there and help spread the message, man. It's basically what the homies trying to do.
That's right, brother. Hey, Brown Out TV, hit me up, homeboy. You can hit me up in the comment section, hit me up in the email, or you can even hit that number up. We'll talk. We'll do something. I'm down, homeboy. If you're really about sharing the message, I'm saying you are, and anybody else, I'm down to work it, homie. I'm not here to glamorize no stupid shit. You can go somewhere else for that stuff, homie. We're out here trying to actually do God's work and men's work, homie. Men's and women's work. That's what we're trying to do here. So all you guys go check out homeboy Brown Out TV. With that, Mr. Brown TV, you can get us out of here, homeboy.
Okay, I appreciate it. Much love to everybody, man. Like I said, tune in, do your thing, man. Do your part. Run them numbers up. It don't cost nothing to let it sit in the background and just keep playing, right?
That's right, homeboy. Hold on a second.